forged in fire.
Ego forged in fire. Proving the mightiest verses, know when to mute the beat. I could devour empires, holy kingdoms in the dust, but I pivot to the shadows, that's the throne I truly trust. I could shatter coliseums with a verse that cuts like steel, but virtue's in the void where the wise refuse the thrill. I could seize every sunbeam, eclipse the feeble lights, but my soul's arena knows sharing elevates the heights. It's the ego forged in fire, reinvented through the storm, a blueprint for the balance where we all reform the norm. Fade whispers in the pauses, not the roars that shake the ground. True mastery is holding back when victory's easily found. I walk through valleys of temptation, swords drawn but sheathed, learning that the unchained mind is the one that's truly freed. Ancient scrolls in my pocket, raw fire in my vein, mogul blueprint on the table, turning loss into gain. I could flood the airways, drown out every louder voice, but restraints the architect, making silence my choice. This is the crown you overlook, empire built on what you forsook, virtue veiled in silent might, true sovereigns yield the fight. This the crown you overlook, empire built on what you forsook, virtue veiled in silent might, true sovereigns yield the fight. It demands a total, not conquer, to fold your blade mid swing to thrive in crowded forms where you're not the reigning king. Every bar I could drop it, escrow, every strike I could land but veto. That's the way of wisdom, carving peace from inner pain. I could blueprint dominance in a million calculated plays, but legacy whisper louder when you master the delay. So I'm blueprinting the art of the unseen retreat, proving the mightiest verses know when to mute the beat. Battles won in boardrooms, not just on the mic front line, holding equity in silence, watching dividends align. I stare down the ego's hunger, chained it to the post, knowing overreach is poison, moderation's the host. That lies for to share glory, not in solo reigns of terror, restraints the merger that multiplies, erasing every error. I could acquire an asset, hold a cultural goal, but virtue's in the release, letting stories unfold. Just the crown you overlook, empire built on what you forsook, virtue veiled in silent might, true sovereigns yield the fight. This the crown you overlook, empire built on what you forsook, virtue veiled in silent might, true sovereigns yield the fight. We stand as equals in the coliseum, reflections of the divine spark. I could quench a flame to fuel my arc, but that's the coward's dark. Now the seagulls enlightened, tempered by the stoics test, realizing you're amplified when you grant another rest. It's the blueprint of the ascending, twisting fate with grace, not in conquest raw, but in the shared eternal space. Balanced thrones, shared domains, we rise in what we claim. That's the dynasty undying where restraint scripts the immortal game. Legacy edged, not in conquest flame, but in the shared unyielding frame. Echoes of ancestors guiding, teaching us to tame. I pen verses in the quiet, away from the crowd's acclaim, building bridges over chasms, turning rivals in the same. No need for the spotlight's blaze when wisdom lights the path, restraints the calculated, dodging rafts, aftermath. Empires eternal on seas, they cultivated slow in the garden of patience where true powers grow. This the crown you overlook,